The sky over New London was clear that morning. People walked to work. Kids played near the street. Birds flew above tall buildings. Everything was normal. No one knew that this day would change their lives forever. A loud sound filled the air. It was deep and strong, like 1,000 drums. The birds scattered. Cars stopped. People looked up. Something huge was coming from the clouds. A shadow passed over the city. It was not a plane. It was not from Earth. It was a giant alien ship. The ship was dark gray and shaped like a triangle. Lights moved along its sides. It slowly lowered itself above the city square, but it did not shoot. It did not break anything. It just hovered in the air like it was watching. Soldiers and police came running. Helicopters circled above. The world watched on their screens. News reporters shouted into cameras. No one knew what the ship wanted. Then, a wide door opened at the bottom of the ship. A silver ramp came down. Everyone held their breath. Out walked a group of aliens. They were tall and strong. Each one wore shiny silver armor. They moved like trained warriors. Their helmets had black glass that covered their faces. They said nothing. They walked in a line, calm and careful. The people did not run. They just stared. The soldiers pointed their weapons but did not shoot. Something about the aliens made it clear they did not come to destroy. Then one of the aliens stepped forward. This one was taller than the rest. Her armor had a golden mark on the chest. She was clearly their leader. She stopped in front of the human soldiers. For a moment, everything was silent. Then, her hand slowly moved up. She touched her helmet. With a smooth motion, she unlocked it and pulled it off. The crowd gasped. She was not a monster. She looked very human. Her skin was pale, gold, her eyes deep green. Her face was calm and strong. She had short black hair and a mark on her forehead. She looked young, but her eyes held the weight of many years. She turned her head and looked across the crowd. Her eyes stopped on one man. His name was Tom. He worked at the local power plant. He had come outside with the others to see the ship. He stood there in a gray jacket, holding a cup of coffee, just watching. The alien woman walked slowly toward him. The other guards stayed behind. She walked with purpose. Her eyes locked on Tom. He froze. He had never seen her before, but something about her felt strange, familiar. His heart beat faster. She stopped the steps in front of him. The wind blew gently. Her hair moved slightly. Her green eyes looked into his. Then she spoke. Her voice was soft but clear. "You don't remember me, do you?" Tom blinked. "What?" he asked. The soldiers round them raised their weapons. One of the commanders shouted, "Step away from the civilian." But the alien guard did not move. She kept her eyes on Tom. "You knew me once," she said. "Long ago. Before Earth." Tom laughed a little, confused. "You must be thinking of someone else," he said. She shook her head. "No, I would never forget your face." The soldiers moved closer. The alien woman did not turn. She raised her hand slowly, palm open. A small blue light came out from her armor. It spread around Tom like a soft bubble. "Wait," she said to the soldiers. "He is not just a civilian. He is important. He helped us. He saved lives." Tom looked around, still shocked. "I'm just a power worker," he said. "I live here. I've never left Earth." "You have," she said. "You just don't remember." The soldiers paused. They looked at the bubble of light and stayed. "Back for now." One of them called the base. The alien ship still floated above. No weapons came out. No attack followed. The world watched in silence. Tom felt dizzy. His head started to ache. A picture flashed in his mind. A red hallway. A woman in armor. Stars outside a window. He shook his head. "What is this?" he whispered. The alien guard looked at him with something like sadness. "My name is Lyra," she said. "I am a royal guard of the Zarn Empire. We once fought side by side. You were a hero." Tom tried to step back, but the light bubble kept him still. "I don't know what you're talking about," he said. "You will," she said. "Your memory was blocked to protect you. But the time has come. They have found you. I came to warn you before they do." "Who?" Tom asked. Lyra looked at the sky. "Our enemies." Then she turned and walked back to her guards. The bubble of light faded. The soldiers ran to Tom and pulled him back, but he was not afraid. He was full of questions. He looked at the ship above, at the alien guards, and at Lyra. Something inside him had changed. Something was waking up. Tom sat in his small apartment, staring at the wall. The city was quiet now, but his mind was full of noise. He had not gone to work. He had not turned on the TV. He kept thinking about the alien woman and her words. "You don't remember?" Meh rubbed his eyes. Maybe it was a dream. Maybe it was a trick. But something deep inside told him it was real. He opened an old box under his bed. It was full of his father's things. His father was a smart man, a scientist who worked on secret projects before he passed away. Tom never touched the box since then, but now he felt a reason to look. He pulled out papers, photos, and strange metal parts. In the corner of the box was a black chip the size of a coin. It had no label, just a smooth round surface. Tom remembered seeing it once when he was a child. His father told him not to touch it. That was all. Now he held it in his hand. It felt cold. He had no idea what it did. Tom got up and went to his friend Ben. Ben lived a few blocks away and worked with machines. He had helped Tom fix his car many times. Ben loved strange tech and always wanted to see alien tools. Ben welcomed him inside with a smile. "You look like you've seen a ghost," Ben said. "Something like that," Tom replied. "I need your help." He showed Ben the black chip. Ben took it and looked at it under a light. "This is not Earth-made," Ben said. "Where did you get it?" "My dad had it. I think it's important." Ben opened a drawer and pulled out a small reader. He connected the chip. A soft hum filled the room. The screen lit up with alien symbols. Ben's eyes widened. "This is a memory core," Ben said. "It stores video and voice." He pressed a button. A video started. On the screen, Tom saw a space station. It was large and bright, with a wide view of the stars. People in armor moved through the halls. Some were human, some were not. Then he saw himself. He was older in the video. Not in years, but in presence. He walked with purpose. He gave orders. He wore black armor with a red mark. He was not just a worker. He was a leader. Next to him was Lyra. Her face was younger, but her eyes were the same. They fought side by side together. They stopped a group of attackers in a red hallway. They helped alien children escape. Tom stared at the screen, frozen. "That's you," Ben said in a quiet voice. Tom nodded slowly. He could not deny it. It was his face, his voice. But he had no memory of it. Ben pressed another button. The video showed a blast. Fire filled the screen. Lyra pulled Tom away and pressed something on his neck. A flash of blue light. Then the screen went dark. "That's where you lost your memory," Ben said. "She saved your life." Tom sat down. His head hurt. But now, the dreams made sense. The stars, the war, the woman. They were real. He looked at Ben. "What do I do now?" Ben stood and closed the laptop. "You find her again. She came here for a reason." That night, Tom walked to the city square. The alien ship was still there, floating above. A fence had been built around the area. Soldiers stood guard. But Tom did not stop. He walked straight to the gate. "I need to speak to the Royal Guard," he said. The soldier at the gate laughed. "You and everyone else." "I know her name," Tom said. "Her name is Lyra. I have proof." The soldier paused, then spoke into his radio. After a moment, the gate opened. Tom was taken inside. Lyra stood near the ramp of the ship, talking to another alien. When she saw Tom, she walked to him. "You saw it, didn't you?" she asked. Tom nodded. "The chip, the station, the blast, it's all coming back." Lyra looked relieved. "Good. Then we can begin." "Begin what?" Tom asked. Lyra looked up at the stars. "They are coming," she said. "The ones who caused the war. The ones who tried to kill the royal line. You helped protect them once. Now they are hunting you again." Tom took a deep breath. "Why me? I was just a helper." "You were more than that," she said. "You knew the codes. You knew how to stop them. They fear you." "I don't remember everything," Tom said. You will, she replied. I can help. But we must leave Earth soon. They will find. You hear? Tom looked back at the city lights. His life had been normal. Work, friends, quiet days. Now he had to leave it all. He looked at Lyra again. Her eyes were serious, but there was kindness in them. Will I ever get my full memory back? He asked. She nodded. With time, yes. Tom closed his eyes for a moment. Then he opened them and gave a small nod. Then let's begin. Lyra touched her wrist device. The ramp opened. The guards stepped aside. Tom walked with her into the ship. The doors closed behind them. The inside of the alien ship was cold and quiet. Tom walked beside Lyra through smooth metal halls that glowed with soft blue light. Strange machines lined the walls. The floor made no sound when they stepped on it. The air smelled clean, almost like rain after a storm. Tom felt like he was in a dream. But every step he took reminded him this was real. He was inside a ship from another world. And he was not just a visitor. He had been here before, somewhere deep in his mind. Old memories stirred. Lyra stopped in front of a round door. She placed her hand on a glass panel. The door opened with a soft click. Inside was a small room with a single chair and a large screen. This is the memory room, Lyra said. You used it once before. Tom looked around. The walls had strange patterns. In the center of the ceiling, a small circle blinked with green light. Lyra pointed to the chair. Sit down. The ship will scan your mind. It will find pieces of your past. You must stay calm. Tom sat. The chair adjusted to his shape. He felt a soft pressure on the back of his head. The light above turned white. Suddenly, images flashed in front of his eyes. Stars, ships, red lights, alarms. He saw his own face in a mirror, younger but more tired. He was on a space station. He was giving orders. He was helping people run. Then he saw Lyra, shouting his name. Reaching for him, Tom gasped and gripped the armrests. His heart pounded. Stay calm, Lyra said softly. He took a deep breath. The images slowed. Then something new appeared. A file dot floated in front of him like a glowing box of light. The symbols on it were not in any Earth language, but he could read them. His brain remembered. It was a list of emergency codes. Tom spoke slowly. Code 7 Zeta. Door override. Royal path. Mission lockdown. The screen on the wall turned on. A video began to play. It showed the royal station under attack. Explosions rocked the halls. Guards fought to protect the royal family. Tom appeared in the video, moving fast, unlocking doors, guiding people through secret paths. Then came the final part. A young royal girl stood behind a wall. She looked scared. Lyra and Tom stood in front of her. A shadowy enemy came from the smoke. Lyra was injured. Tom stepped forward, holding a strange weapon. He faced the enemy and shouted something. Then he turned and pressed a button on his arm. A beam of light hit his chest. He fell to the floor. Lyra ran to him. The girl escaped. The video ended. The room was silent. Tom opened his eyes. He looked at Lyra. That was me, he said. Yes. Lyra answered. You gave your memory to protect the child. She lived because of you. She is now queen. Tom sat back. His chest felt heavy. I don't remember everything, but I know this. I trusted you, and I still do. Lyra gave a small nod. Thank you. Tom stood up. What happens now? Lyra touched a button on her wrist. The door opened again. There is more, she said. Come with me. They walked through a longer hallway until they reached another room. This one was larger. A round table stood in the center. 3 alien officers waited inside. They were dark armor with blue stripes. When they saw Tom, they stood tall. Lyra raised her hand. This is him. He is the one who saved the royal line. The officers looked at Tom with respect. One of them, a woman with short gray hair, stepped forward. I am Chief Terra. I knew you before your memory loss. It is good to see you again. Tom nodded. I wish I could say I remember you, but I don't, not fully. You will, she said. The mind takes time. Lyra spoke again. We must explain what is coming. The enemy you stopped is not finished. They call themselves the Shalom. They want the queen dead, and they know. You are the only one who still holds the station codes. Tom frowned. But the station was destroyed. Chief Tara shook her head. Not fully. A part of it drifted into space. It holds the last Royal Command Corps. If they get it, they can. Fake royal orders. They can turn other worlds against the queen. Lyra stepped closer. Only you know how to stop that core. It was your design. You must go back. Tom felt like the air had become thin. Go back to space. Return to danger. Help fight a war he barely remembered. He looked at the screen on the wall. It showed a star map. One part blinked red. When do we leave? He asked. Lyra gave a small smile. Soon. We will train you first. Help you remember more. Tom nodded. Good. I want to help. I can feel it now. I was part of this before. I want to finish what I started. Chief Tara placed a hand on his shoulder. You are still the same man. Your memory is not your strength. Your heart is. Tom looked at her, then at Lyra. Let's begin. Lyra led him out of the room and toward a new hallway. It was time to wake up the warrior he once was. Tom stood on the training deck of the alien ship. The floor was smooth metal, and the walls were lined with screens and weapons. Strange machines floated in the air. Lyra stood in front of him, holding the silver sticks. These are not weapons, she said. They are memory keys. They help your hands remember what your mind has forgotten. Tom looked at them. They were light, almost like plastic, but the tips glowed blue. You want me to fight with these? Tom asked. Lyra nodded. Yes, you used to train with these every day. Once your hands start moving, your memory will follow. Tom took the sticks. They hummed softly in his grip. Lyra took a step back and raised her own. Now, copy me. She moved forward quickly, one stick low, one high. Tom tried to follow, but his movements were slow and clumsy. He nearly dropped one. Lyra did not laugh. She waited. Again, she said. He tried again. This time, his steps felt smoother. The sticks moved with less effort. Good, Lyra said. You are remembering. They trained for ours. Tom sweated. His arms hurt. But he kept going. He began to move faster. His feet knew where to land. His hands spun the sticks without thinking. He still did not remember the old days, but his body did. Later, they sat together in the rest area. Tom drank a cold blue drink. It tasted like mint and fruit. Lyra looked at him with quiet eyes. You were not a soldier by birth, she said. You joined because you wanted to protect others. That is why I trusted you. Tom nodded. I still feel that, even now. A soft alarm beeped in the room. Lyra stood. They have arrived. Tom stood up quickly. Lyra tapped a screen. A map appeared. A red dot blinked close to Earth's orbit. The Shallan have sent scouts, she said. They are looking for you. Tom's face became serious. How did they find me so fast? They followed our ship. We were careful. But they are hunters. If they reach Earth, they will bring war. Tom looked at the map. We can't let that happen. Lyra touched her wrist. We will go up and meet them before they get close. A small team will go. You will come too. Why me? Tom asked. They are not here just for the ship. They are here for you. If they see you, they will act. We need to learn their plan. Tom took a deep breath. Then let's stop them. The next are move fast. Tom changed into light armor. It was black with silver lines. A small pack was placed on his back. It helped him move faster and breathe in space. Lyra wore full armor again. Her helmet was under her arm. They boarded a small scout ship. 2 other guards joined them. One was named Relo, a quiet man with sharp eyes. The other was Minna, a young woman who smiled even in danger. The scout ship launched from the main vessel. It was fast and smooth. Stars passed by the windows. Tom sat near the front, watching the red dot on the screen grow larger. Soon, they saw the enemy ship. It was black and sharp like a blade. It had no lights, only shadows. It floated near a group of old satellites. Lyra spoke into her mic. No weapons yet. We go slow. They approached carefully. The enemy ship stayed still. Tom leaned forward. Maybe they don't know we're here. Suddenly, The enemy ship moved. A beam of red light shot past them. It missed but shook their ship. Rilo spoke fast. They know. Lyra gave orders. Shields up. Return fire only if hit again. Tom's hands moved over the controls. He was not sure how he knew what to do, but it felt natural. He sent out a wave signal. A voice replied, cold and deep. You should have stayed hidden, Tom. The past cannot protect you now. Tom looked at Lyra. They know my name. She nodded. That means they fear you. Tom spoke into the mic. You don't have to do this. Earth is not your enemy. The voice replied, you carry the last royal codes. You will give them to us, or we will take them. Tom turned to Lyra. They want the core. They think I still have access. You do, she said, but it is locked deep in your memory. Minna shouted. They're charging weapons. Lyra stood, prepared to board. We take their ship from inside. And this now. The scout ship moved fast. It flew under the enemy ship and attached itself. With a soft click, a door opened in the floor. Lyra dropped first. Tom followed, inside. The enemy ship was dark. Red lights flashed. The walls were metal and cold. Shadowy figures moved ahead. Lyra raised her weapon. Stay behind me. They moved. Through the halls, fast and quiet. Rilo and Minna took the sides. Tom felt the air change. Something about the ship felt wrong. It was full of fear and anger. They reached the core room. A tall enemy stood inside. His face was hidden, but his voice was the same. You came to die, Tom. Tom stepped forward. No. I came to protect what we saved. The enemy pulled out. A blade. Lyra stepped in front. They fought with fast strikes. Sparks flew. Rilo and Minna fought off guards at the door. Tom saw a panel on the wall. It was a control box. His hand moved without thinking. He pressed the right code. The core flashed. A bright light filled the room. The enemy froze. Tom had locked the system. Lyra pushed the enemy back. He fell. Now, she said. They ran. The ship began to shake. Lights blinked fast. Alarms screamed. Back. On their scout ship, they flew away as the enemy vessel broke apart in space. The red dot on the map turned dark. Tom sat in his seat, breathing hard. Lyra looked at him. You remember the code, she said. Tom nodded. I didn't think. I just knew. You are becoming who you were, she said. Tom looked out the window. Stars filled the sky. We're just getting started, he said. After the fight in space, Tom became quiet. He looked out from the window of the scout ship as stars passed by. The enemy vessel had been destroyed, but something inside him said it was not over. Lyra sat beside him. Her armor had small cuts, and her face showed no fear, but she was watching the stars too. Back on the main ship, they entered the war room. Chief Terra and other officers stood around a round table. A star map hovered in the air. Tom pointed to a blinking red line. They didn't come alone. Terra nodded. You were right. That was a scout ship. A larger enemy fleet is moving behind them. They are not stopping. Ben's voice came through the screen. He was back on Earth. His face looked serious. Tom, we have a problem. Earth just picked up signals. Something big is coming. The sky. Watchers think it's an asteroid, but I know it's not. Tom looked at Lyra. It's their war fleet. They're using a hidden signal. Ben added, if we don't act now, they'll reach orbit in less than 24 hours. Terra turned to Tom. You know the Earth systems. We need your help. Can we prepare Earth to defend itself? Tom nodded. Earth has weapons, but they are not ready for this kind of attack. We'll need to move fast. Lyra touched her wrist device. A screen opened. We will send signals to Earth leaders. We have to make them believe in time. Tom frowned. They won't trust aliens. Not yet. Terra looked at him. But they will trust you. You are one of them. Tom paused. He knew she was right. He had to speak for both Earth and the stars. He walked to the control room. A camera floated in front of him. He took a deep breath and began speaking. My name is Tom. I speak to the people of Earth. I was once like you, living a simple life. But I now know that I was part of something much bigger. I helped protect a royal family in the stars. I lost my memory. I forgot who I was. But now I remember enough to say this. Earth is in danger. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. An enemy fleet is coming. They hide in the sky. They want to bring war. He paused, then looked into the camera. Again, we can stop them. We have friends out here. We must work together. If we don't, they will destroy our world. He stepped back. The message was sent. Ben called again from Earth. It's working. People are listening. The defense systems are moving. The world leaders have seen the signal. They're scared. But they believe you. Lyra looked at the screen. Then we still have a chance. Tara walked up to Tom. You must lead this mission. We need you at the center. Tom blinked. Me? I'm not a commander. Lyra spoke firmly. You are. You were before. And you are again. Your mind may not remember every step, but your heart does. Tom stood tall. Then let's get ready. The alien crew worked fast. Ships moved into position above Earth. Shields powered up. Human satellites sent warnings to every corner of the world. Civilian flights were grounded. Cities turned off lights to avoid detection. A great silence fell across the planet. Then the enemy came. Dozens of black ships slipped out of the dark sky. Their engines made no sound, but their presence filled the air with fear. They fired beams of red light, but the shields from the alien ship held strong. Lyra gave the signal. Defend Earth. Tom flew in a fighter beside her. The cockpit felt strange, but his hands moved with skill. He fired at the enemy ships. One exploded in a flash of light. The battle spread across the sky. Tom shouted orders to the human pilots. Stay in groups. Do not chase alone. Focus fire. They listened. They moved as one team. Human and alien ships flew side by side. Together they pushed back the first wave. But the second wave was stronger. 3 large enemy ships moved toward the Earth. Their weapons glowed bright red. Tom saw them on his screen. If they fire at Earth, cities will fall. Lyra said, They are aiming at the surface. We must stop them. Tom thought fast. We need to overload their control systems. Ben called from Earth. I found a weak signal in their network. If we send a false command, we can confuse them. Tom smiled. Send it now. Ben pressed the code. One of the large enemy ships spun out of control. It crashed into the other. Both exploded in the sky. The third ship still moved. Tom turned his ship toward it. I'm going in. Lyra shouted. Wait, it's too dangerous, Tom said. If I don't stop them now, Earth will burn. He flew fast. The enemy ship fired at him, but he dodged. He flew under it, then up, then behind. He locked onto the power core. Target locked, he said. He fired 2 missiles. They hit the core. The enemy ship burst into flames. The sky shook. The rest of the enemy fleet turned and fled. Silence filled space. Tom sat in his seat, breathing hard. Lyra flew beside him. You did it. Tom smiled. We all did. Tara called from the main ship. Earth is safe. You led well, Commander Tom. Tom looked at the blue planet below. He had saved his world. He had stood between 2 worlds and found his place. But something inside him said the journey was not over. He turned to Lyra. There's still more to do, isn't there? She nodded. Yes, one more step. Tom gripped the controls. Then I'm ready. The stars shone bright as Tom sat in the cockpit of the old alien fighter. The small ship was hidden deep inside a cave on Earth. It looked simple, but Tom knew it held power he had once used. His hands rested on the controls. He could feel the memories stirring inside him, waiting to come back. Lyra sat beside him, calm and focused. Ben was in the back, watching the instruments. We fly tonight, Lyra said softly. The enemy fleet is regrouping near the asteroid belt. We strike before they can gather strength. Tom nodded. I'm ready. The engines hummed to life. The ship moved out of the cave and shot toward the sky. The air grew thin, and stars filled the windows. Earth became a small blue dot behind them. Tom's heart beat fast. He had been here before. He had flown these stars. But now it felt new and strange. The ship flew through space, past floating rocks and silent moons. Tom looked at the star map. The enemy fleet was large. Hundreds of ships moved in a tight formation. Ready your weapons, Lyra said. Tom's fingers moved over the controls. The fighters' guns powered up. They glowed soft blue. "Remember your training," Lyra said. "Trust your instincts." Tom closed his eyes for a moment, then opened them and smiled. "I remember more than I thought." The fighter moved forward with speed. Tom's eyes scanned the dark sky. Suddenly, enemy ships appeared, shooting red beams of light. Tom fired back. His aim was perfect. Each shot hit a target. Lyra fired her own weapons, protecting Tom's fighter. Ben checked the shields. "They're strong, but our weapons are stronger." The battle was loud inside the small ship. Warning lights flashed. The ship shook with every hit. Tom guided the fighter close to an enemy cruiser. He dodged missiles and flew around its side. "This is for the Royal Line," he said quietly. He fired a missile at the cruiser's core. It exploded in a burst of fire. The enemy fleet moved to surround them. Lyra called out, "Tom, we must break through. Head for their command ship." Tom nodded. He pushed the fighter to its limit. The engines roared. They flew through a storm of laser fire. Tom dodged and weaved. His hands moved fast and sure. They reached the command ship. It was large and covered in dark armor. Tom's fighter flew close. He found the entrance hatch. Lyra opened the hatch. They jumped inside. The command ship was dark and quiet. Shadows moved in the hulls. Tom felt the weight of the past here. They moved through the ship, avoiding guards. Suddenly, alarms blared. Enemy soldiers rushed in. Lyra and the team fought with skill. Tom used his training to move fast and smart. They reached the core room. The control panel glowed red. Tom stepped forward. His fingers moved over the controls. He found the sequence to shut down the ship. The core began to power down. Suddenly, the enemy leader appeared. He was tall and strong, with eyes like ice. "You cannot stop us," the leader said. Tom looked at him. "I'm not the man you remember. I'm stronger now." The fight began. Tom and the leader clashed. The room shook with every strike. Lyra helped, fighting off other enemies. Tom saw his chance. He pushed the leader away and pressed the final button. The ship's power died. The enemy leader fell. Lyra smiled. "We did it." They ran back to the hatch. The ship began to explode. They jumped into the fighter. Tom flew the ship out as the command ship blew up behind them. The fleet broke apart. The enemy ships fled into space. Tom looked at Lyra. "We won." Lyra nodded. "But the war is not over." Tom looked at the stars. "I remember now. I will fight for Earth, for the stars." The fighter flew toward home. A new journey was just beginning. The alien ship hovered quietly above Earth. The battle was over, but the air still held tension. Tom stood near the large window, looking at the blue planet below. His heart was full of thoughts. He had fought with stars and shadows. Now, he was back home. Lyra came to stand beside him. Her armor was polished, her eyes calm. She looked at Tom with a soft smile. "You remembered," she said. Tom nodded, piece by piece. "It was not easy, but I see now who I am." She removed her helmet. Slowly, her dark hair fell over her shoulders. Her green eyes met his. "You are not just a man from Earth," she said. "You are a guardian of the stars, and a friend of this world." Tom smiled. "I want to protect Earth, but I want to help your people too." Lyra's smile grew warmer. "Then we must make a promise." Tom raised his hand. "A promise, yes," she said, "that you will not forget, that you will stand with us, that Earth and the stars will be one." Tom took her hand gently. "I promise." The two stood quietly, feeling the weight of their words. Below, Earth moved slowly. Cities glowed with life. People lived without knowing the battles fought above them. But soon, they would learn. They would know that humans were stronger than they thought. Lyra looked out the window. "The Queen sends her thanks. The royal line is safe because of you." Tom looked at her, surprised. "The Queen, she is the girl we saved long ago," Lyra said. "Now she leads with wisdom. She wants peace between our worlds." Tom felt proud. "Then I will help make that peace." Lyra stepped closer. "This is not the end. It is a new beginning. Together, we will face whatever comes." Tom looked to the stars beyond Earth. The galaxy was wide and full of mysteries. But he was ready. He turned back to Lyra. "Will you stay on Earth with me?" Lyra smiled. "I will stay as long as you need me." Tom reached out and took her hand. "Then let's start our journey." They left the window and walked to the ship's exit. Outside, the sky was calm. The stars shone bright. Tom felt hope. He was not alone anymore. The alien ship slowly rose into the sky. It flew toward the stars. Tom and Lyra looked out together. The future was open. It was full of promise, and they would face it side by side.